This is where it all began for James Annan, deep in the heart of Winneba, fishing community. Once upon a time, there wasn't even education here. And he rose from here to become who he has become. And sooner or later in the interview, we'll find out what happened. Now, this is PM Express Personality Profile with a different style. And I'm in there feeling the atmosphere. And you know what? I'm actually loving it. And I'm beginning to see how tempting is it that as a child, if you grow up within this community, you might choose this rather than school. It's liberating, it's refreshing. There's a sense of freedom that you might not get when you go to school. But then that's the danger. And that's why maybe people fall into that trap. But I'm here to talk to James Annan, who came from here and became who he is today and has achieved bigger heights. My name is Nana Ansakwa, and this is PM Express Personality Profile. It's going to be interesting. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome back after the break. And as I said, I am going to talk to this gentleman, and he has got humble beginnings, and he's achieved amazing heights. How he's been able to do that, I don't know. How he's got the willpower to fight through is beyond me, and I'm here to talk to him about it. But I'm going to start with the businesses he's run and he's set up. And then after that, I'll go back to his beginning, and then we'll find out how was it possible. But we'll start in one of his businesses that he's run, which is the Run-Off restaurant right at the Winneba roundabout. Beautiful place, nice, serene environment, sipping away on our coffee. And welcome to the show, my brother.
Thank you.
My newfound brother. James, this is one of the many businesses you run. And so I'm going to start from here, and then I'm going to go to the school and then the shelter, because I find it very, very diverse, and you are personally very involved. So I'm just wondering, restaurant, are you, passionate about food or?
Well, Run-Off restaurant is an opportunity for me to serve my community and also to create employment around. Mm-hmm. I looked at it, this Winneba Junction, and found that we don't have any restaurant that people will come and sit down, chat whilst eating. Mm-hmm. So I found that there was a need, and I created it. One, to raise money for my charity work, and then mm-hmm. two, to create employment, mm-hmm. and then three, to give people opportunity to have a space,
okay,
to be able to sit and chat whilst eating and drinking. So these are the three main objectives why I set up the restaurant.
Yes, one thing I noticed that there was a sign saying that all foods are prepared with low fat. I have never been anywhere where it's been prominently telling you that we are health conscious and that we cut down on our oil, and I was quite impressed.
Yeah, everybody is watching the health these days.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when you are 40 and above, and we find this place to be. Most of the people who come here are in their 30s.
Okay.
About 70% of people come here after their 30s.
Mm-hmm.
And from that age, you see that you are watching your diet, you want to exercise more, you want to eat low fat, because you're talking about cholesterol, you're talking about stroke, etc. Mm-hmm. So we wanted to serve that class of people and serve them well. Okay. And make sure that whilst we are making some income, we are also helping people to manage their health. That's what we try to do.
Well, it's very good, because normally you get your chop bar, give me some of the oil to sort of beautify your food. So it was a good thing I saw, and it says, red wine is for the soul, which I know, a little dose of it is it's healthy.
It's healthy.
It's healthy.
Obviously we need to, if you look at our the health status, mm-hmm. you can see that a lot of times we spend all our time trying to make money, and then when we are in our 40s, we spend most of our time fighting to get healthy. Mm-hmm. So why don't we manage it from now? So that is the main reason.
You see, your life is all based on social things, and restaurant, even though it's very social, it makes you very, very antisocial, because when everybody is going to sleep, that's when you have to come to work, and when everybody's working, So just how you juggle the restaurant and all your other businesses, because they come alive when you are needed here. So how do you juggle that?
You see, I am an entrepreneur. Even with my charity work, Challenging Heights, I still see it as business, as entrepreneur work. So I get things done through other people.
Okay.
I never studied restaurant management or hospitality. I did psychology in the university.
Sure.
I did communication at the master's level. But I try to assemble people and manage them to be able to manage their businesses.
Sure.
In that way, I'm always not needed. Though myself, I found in this restaurant a relaxation for my life.
Okay.
It's been virtually every day of the week of work since I started active work. And never had social life. I've never been to, I don't go to parties or events. No. If you see me at wedding, it means that the person is really close to me. If you see me at a certain party, it means that the person is really close to me. And even that maximum time I'll spend there is 1 hour.
Yeah.
So this is an opportunity for me to relax. So every evening when I'm close from work, I come and sit here, just observe workers working and relaxing.
That's good.
While they are doing their own work. Sometimes when they are busy, I also serve. I actually serve as a waiter in this restaurant.
That's good.
Yeah,
that's good. That's impressive. Leading by example.
Yeah, and also just using it as, as a way of winding down.
But then you started business as a printer. After you left Barclays Bank, you started as, printing.
Yeah.
Are you still actively printing or?
Not so actively printing. I started Challenging Steps, which is the printing press. It's really a big printing press in Accra.
Okay.
When I was leaving the bank, one of the big challenge was how was I going to live, and how was I going to get money to manage and to run my charity.
Okay.
And the answer was Challenging Steps, because everyone was like, James, are you crazy? Leaving the bank
secure
at
job,
young age, secure job, you are a manager,
prospect for growth,
a lot of respect. People, my family was not happy at all. But I knew what I was doing. That is why the name was Challenging Steps. Because that decision to move from the bank was very challenging. So it did very well, and I'm very grateful to my employers. They still support me. They gave me a good amount of money to start the business. And then, it did very well. But what I saw was that with the charity work, I was traveling too much. A printing press being my first very
business.
Business. My first business. It needed a lot of my attention.
Okay.
I was the editor of most of the text. I was managing the marketing. I was going out to do sales.
I see.
Myself. And so it was a learning terrain for me from the beginning. And since I was traveling too much, it began to have challenges. I know one of the challenges, for instance, if you give me a book to print and I have to edit it, if your name is Joseph and I make it Joseph, I omit the H at the end, then you're going to reject the entire book, because the name is what will sell the book. It's a fundamental thing. So, we started to incur some, though it was getting us a lot of income, when the loss comes, it's colossal.
Yeah.
Because I'm always away. So I decided to offload my interest in it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I still have some part to play
in there,
but I offloaded, and that's why I established Runoff. So Runoff is not the restaurant only. Runoff is doing other things.
Okay.
It started about 4 years ago. I registered it during the Runoff elections in 2008. In fact, 28 28 December, when they were doing the
time business,
election. That's when I registered Runoff, so I just named it Runoff. Because it was very appropriate. So it's been running for 4 years now.
Okay.
More than 4 years. And it's been doing some consulting, management consulting. It's also been doing some advertising and PR work. It's been successful. I would say Runoff has been one of my most successful businesses.
I see. Yeah. So does the shelter also come under Runoff?
No, the shelter comes under
Challenging Heights.
Tell
me about the shelter, because that is very heartwarming.
The shelter was established about 3 years ago, where we rescue children from forced labor on Lake Volta. Mm-hmm. But when you rescue them, because of the manner in which they are used, you cannot take them straight to their families. Mm-hmm. You have to help them medically, you have to treat their medical conditions, you have to counsel them, you have to give them good food to repair their bodies. You will need to give them some literacy background, because most of the children did not go to school prior to being enslaved. So we take them to the shelter to run this program for them for some 3 months, some 4 months, depending on the level of trauma.
Okay.
And once we are satisfied that they have recovered, then we take them to their family. So it's a transit point. It has a capacity to have 65 children at any given time.
I see.
So far, each year, since we established, each year we do about 100, children passing through. So that is the shelter.
But folks, I will come to it, and you will find out why I'm so amazed with all these achievements. So you just stay tuned. As we are talking, we'll come to it, and you'll be amazed why I'm so impressed. So what do? Do you literally go to like the riverside or the farms and say, look, this child shouldn't be here, and seize the child, or how do you get them?
Usually, I have a team. Challenging Heights has about 70 staff.
Okay.
The staff are broken into teams. Mm-hmm. We have the programs staff, we have the educational staff, we have the rehabilitation staff, and we have the rescue staff before you come to the administrative staff. So the rescue staff are those who do the actual rescue. They go to communities. We work in about 40 communities.
Okay.
And do identification of children. They do awareness raising. They do a lot of investigations. And then parents report cases of trafficking. Some relatives will come and say, my cousin has been taken to Yeji. They label everything Yeji, but it's not only Yeji. It's many, more than 100 communities along the lake.
Let me intervene here. You see, when you recover the children, you take them back to the parents. Is it not the same parents that rejected them or supposedly gave them away? Is it not a risk taking them back?
No, we don't see it that way. You see, the reasons why parents give their children out would have to attract our empathy sometimes. It's not a justification, but we want to work with the parents to achieve our goal. The parents give children out sometimes because of ignorance. They don't know that the children are going to go through such sufferings.
Okay.
Sometimes it's poverty that pushes them into it. Another time, they are tricked. The fishermen come and trick them to get the children out. That is why when we bring the issues to bear, they come to realization that no, I didn't give my child out
for this.
So please help me to take the child back. And before we even bring the children, we work on them. We train them. We set them up in businesses. Small-scale businesses. We counsel them. You empower them and let them know that it is criminal to sell the children.
Okay.
And we set up an agreement with them. We even give them grants and sign an agreement with them that if this child is still in school, then this money is for you. You can always use it for business.
Okay.
But if the child drops out of school or is trafficked again, you pay the money we are giving you with 30% interest.
I see.
So all these things are done to make sure that when the child is taken back to the parents, there is no way that the child is
go back
going to
again.
go back. And one of the main challenges that we face is the trust. The child doesn't trust the parent. The parent doesn't trust the child because the child feels that, look, you sold me. You gave birth to me and sold me. So sometimes they don't want to go back.
I see.
But that is where we come in also to bridge the gap. We have a reconciliation desk that works with the family to advise and counsel these children and to let them know that this is your parent. No matter what has happened, forgiveness is key. Forgive them.
It must be hard.
It might be hard, but you see, that's why it doesn't take one day. And that explains our large number of staff. It takes a lot of work back and forth. Even as the child is at the shelter, we take videos of the parent talking to the child. Take videos of the children talking to the parents. You know, so it's gradual. And so
the videos of the children, it must be really, and you sold me and you were wicked, or do they say, well, I miss you and I want to come and see you?
Well, no, usually it starts with, now I'm here in Challenging High Shelter, and my greetings to my family.
Do you tell them to say that, or they say that on their own?
No, you see, when they come, we go through a different set of conversations. There are a lot of conversations. So, as part of the conversation, like what we are having now, you may take a portion of it for maybe a teaser, something like that. So we take it to the parent, like, this is your child.
The reason why I'm saying that is if I got rescued from a fishing boat and you put a camera and say something to your mom, I'll say, you're a very wicked mom. You send me away, I've been beaten, I could have died, and you are there eating food.
Yeah.
You don't care about me. I mean, that's the message I would have given. I wouldn't say, I'm here and hello, how are you? I wouldn't care how you are. I nearly died.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering what messages will the children give on video?
You see, it's a conversation. It's not like we are taking a message for your parents. No. When they come...
Oh, so they're not talking directly to the parent.
To the parent,
they're
no.
just talking to you, and then you take snippets.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Because you see, they go through a lot of skills, communication skills, training, human rights training at the shelter. They go through a lot of different aspects of life. They are hardened because of the beating, the torture that they go through. They become very hardened. So we try to create an environment where they will feel themselves as part of the community. That, look, it is not all right to hurt somebody. It's not all right to beat somebody, because that's what they know. So if you have to let them know that it's not all right. It's all right to be loving, So there are so many things that we do. And some of them, we record them. Sometimes we even, we are sitting here, pretend as if you are a journalist. You are talking on radio or television. How would you do it? And then we choose a topic and we discuss it. Sometimes it has to do with rape. And the reason why we would choose rape. Because some of them go through that. Some of them even visit it on others. So we want to discuss it openly. And I pretend that the journalist is asking you questions. What would you say? Those kind of things. So it's a total recreation of the human being.
I see. Wow, that is amazing. That is amazing. But then, aside that, now you have a school.
Yeah, we have a school.
And that's obviously big. Or that you have 700 people? We
have 700 children in the school.
That's a complete school.
Yes, a complete school. I started the school privately in 2007.
Okay.
The aim is, that community where I started the school is noted to be one of the worst affected in terms of trafficking in this country. Meanwhile, inside the community, there was no school. Okay. And anytime I came from Accra, those days when I used to be in Accra, I would see a lot of children loitering around. They were not going to school because some of them walking a distance to school was a problem. Others feel that the schools were full. those other schools were full, etc. So I thought that, look, if I put the school in the middle of this community, it will be a big attraction for the children themselves. Because the children want to go to school. Because of me, a lot of children want to go to school. I came the first graduate from the community, the first person to ever work in a bank from the community, the first in everything. So the children looked at me. And I always told them, look, it is education that will make the difference. Education is everything. If you want to be who I am, you have to go to school. That's the trick. So now they want to go to school. But where is the school? So I put the school there. I started it in 2007, September. And then later I realized that I cannot make the school a private school. I cannot make it, run it privately. Because if I run it privately, it means that those very targets, I've missed them. So I gave the school to Challenging Heights. But as an NGO, raised money to support it. That's what I did. And I'm sure that, you see the school.
We'll definitely
yeah.
go. I want to see that.
And the children there are such a happy bunch of children. It's not every child in that school who is a victim of trafficking. No. We have ordinary community members bringing their children. But we also have a few of them who've been through some trauma. So always...
So when you say you're managing, so what? If I have a child, I just say, well, look, this is my kid, I want him to come to school, or I pay a token for them to come?
Well, a lot of them pay something. We made the school a partnership between the parents and Challenging Heights. Okay. So the parents will contribute. At the moment, the parents are contributing just a little below 40%. Okay. And we are taking 60%. We started by we paying 90% and the parents paying 10%. But now the parents are paying just a little bit below 40%. We want the parent to contribute so that they will feel part of it. And we hope that we will increase the percentage with time. So that gradually in the next 5 years, we want the parent to be paying 80% of their cost. Because, you see, as we continue
out to 80%, would you not get back to the same worry that you had originally by cutting off the people you need off?
No, it's a strategy. You see, we are doing so many things. We want parents to take responsibility for the care of their children. We are helping them to raise businesses.
But it's, some parents, it's not that they don't want to take the responsibility, the means.
Yeah, that is why I'm saying that we are helping parents set up small businesses. Mm-hmm. We are educating parents on the need for them to send their children to school. We are empowering them through knowledge, through training, business skills, management. Okay. So we are doing so many things to build the capacity of the families. Okay. In so doing, they would, even if they don't have the means, they will see the place of the child to be in the classroom.
Of course.
You see? So you should be motivated to want to
send the child
to school.
Okay.
And at the same time, we're also looking at our sustainability.
Have you had any graduations yet since you started?
We are in JHS 3 now.
So this is the first group to graduate?
Yes.
Oh,
and
I'm
telling you, I'm promising you, the results will come out. I want to prove to the whole world that...
Given the opportunity,
no matter the circumstance of a child, that child can do well in school.
That's beautiful.
I believe that every child has equal potential. Mm-hmm. No child chose the family.
You're all born with zero, isn't it?
No, we're all born with zero. You came, if your family is worthy, you didn't choose it. Mm-hmm. If your family is poor, I didn't choose it. I was born into it.
Don't make any apologies.
No apologies. It is the society. It is the attitude. It is the way we want the children to grow up. That determination that will build a child. And I want to prove that. We are in a fishing community, in a village where children did not want to go to school. Parents did not see the essence. Look, my mother gave birth to 12 children.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We haven't gotten there yet. Hold on, we'll get there.
And none of them went to school, but given a chance, here I am. with master's degree. So those children who are also from the same community where I came from can also make it. And I'm not boasting about it, but I want to assure you that our children are going to make the BEC.
So that's it. I'm going to take a break here, and then you know what? We're going to go straight to the school and see what the setup is and meet some of the children. And then I am going to talk to James about how the last of 12 kids who never went to school managed to earn himself a master's degree, and now is helping people in the same plight, trying to help them get them or not go through what he went through. Amazing life story. Stay tuned. Okay, so we are driving in the heart of Winneba, and I'm talking downtown Winneba. I haven't been to this side before, but it's obviously a fishing community, a deprived community if you'd ask me. And this is where James has set up his school. The whole idea is to motivate and inspire people so that they don't go through what he went through. He's grown up from a deprived background, and he's managed to go through the mill and become somebody in society, and is giving back to the very society that he came from. Very admirable. And we are driving through the streets, the backyards of Winneba, to go and see this school, interact with the kids, and then get in depth into what sort of life he went through to become who he is today. And I'm already excited, even though we haven't gotten there. It's amazing. It's amazing. But I look forward to talking to him a bit more. Well, as I said, when we come back from the break, we'll be going to where the whole story began. The real humble beginnings where James grew up. And this is where he's come to set up his school. And it's amazing, you know, inspiring people not to go through what you went through. James, and we are the school where you've set up in the community.
Yeah.
And from what I'm told, your house is, you know, literally just behind the school here. Well, so how did you get a patch of land to start with?
Well, this land actually belonged to my family who gave it to me. Of course, I had to buy it. Of course. From some of my extended family members, but they were willing to give it to me. I grew up here.
This is your neighborhood?
Yes, this is where I was born, and I grew up here.
And you haven't deserted it?
No, how can I? Sankoro is a very unique place in my heart.
What's it called?
Yeah, Sankoro.
Sankoro.
Yeah, Sankor.
Sankoro.
Yeah.
But so at the time you were growing up, what school was here?
There was nothing here. In fact, apart from my family house, there was no house here, as you see here. No. It was all bush. In fact, we were chasing Bela.
I see.
Yeah, here.
I see. So then we go back to you being in a family of 12.
Yes.
Now your mom must have been one strong woman.
Very strong woman.
Strong woman. And you were the last of 12.
I'm the last born of 12. My mother gave birth to 12 children. I happened to be the last. None of the 12 children went to school. I'm the only person who went to school.
The people or the kids in the community, so if you had to go to school, where do you have to go?
We have a Roman school north of this community. Mm-hmm. And then we have another school east of this community. Mm-hmm. These are the two main schools that you would go. But you have to walk distance. And you know, because of the catchment area, definitely the school is mostly full. Even if they walk to the school, it's a lot more full. It's a public schools. So
up until you came to build this school here, had there been another school?
Inside the community, no.
Wow.
But outside of the community,
okay.
Schools, yes. But the reason, as I was saying, the reason why the school was established was because access to education is important, but they were not having it. Yeah. A lot of children around were not in school. And so I decided that in order to absorb them and prevent trafficking, this school needed to be here. It really needed. You can see this is a beach. Yeah. And so children prefer going to the beach to going to school. If I'm going to walk all the way to school, why wouldn't I be in the beach rather?
Jump in the canoe.
Exactly. So we started this school right, the coast in order to absorb them.
It's amazing. It's amazing because I mean we're going to the school. I'm sure later, you know, some of the shots will be in the screen, and you see how the kids are happily there. There's a sports day coming, so they are all training for the sports day.
Yeah.
So you went to the Roman school, or which school did you go to?
I went to ACM, African Christian Mission School. It used to be called Life Corps.
But out of 12, if all the 11 in front of you never went to school, I mean, how did you escape the net to get to school?
It was determination. You see, I told you that education is the most important thing.
It is.
Yes. And this thing has been with me. It's intrinsic. It's been something that I feel is as powerful to me as my religion. And that's why I'm always saying that we should take the education of children as important as our religion. If you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, take the education of children.
No, but
as important.
How did your parents take you to school? Why you? Why not the 11?
It is not they who wanted me to go to school. It is me who wanted to go to school.
That's cute.
My place was fishing. That's where they thought my place was.
So you were also sort of in that fishing business?
Exactly. I was taken to the lake to work as a fisherman.
I see.
And I escaped when I was 13 years.
13?
Yes.
So up until 13, you hadn't been to school?
From the beginning, I had a stink.
Okay.
Of school. But at the time I escaped, I couldn't even write 1, 2, 3 or ABCD. Because, working for that long hours and long number of years, and being so much cut off.
From regular society.
Yes, even if I knew 1, 2, 3 or ABCD, that would have been depreciated. So at the time I came, I was actually taken to, because of the nature, I was strong and boisterous, and I looked like somebody who can abuse other children. So I was put in the upper class, class 6, without doing 1, 2, 3 or ABCD.
Why didn't you lose confidence? Why? I mean, I would have been embarrassed. I'm in Basque because I'm sitting there and I don't know anything. Yeah, what kept you going?
Yeah, but that is exactly the point. The point is that if I were embarrassed, I should have gotten out of school because every odd was against me. Everything was against me.
Imagine.
I was being mocked. They were using my name to sing because I couldn't speak English. I couldn't do anything.
Oh dear.
They were using my body contours to mock at me.
Wow.
And using my background, poverty background, to laugh at me. So everything pointed to the fact that I had to drop out. But you see, it is still this very fine determination within me. As a child, I didn't know where I got it from. It was so strong. I really wanted to go to school. One, because once I'm in school, the chances of being trafficked was very low. And then two, because my mom admired people who spoke English.
Okay.
And
she did?
She did. And she was always crying that at least her last one should go to school. And when she saw people speaking English, she would be hiding to just observe them speak the English. So I wanted my mom to be happy by seeing me speak English.
Wow.
So I was determined to at least get that education.
Wow.
That determination, I cannot explain. It was intrinsic, so strong.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So what, did you have to repeat class 6 for about a year? And
No. I came to class 6. The class, there were 9 students in that class. That first term when I joined the school, those days it was 1 to the last, first to the last. I was the last person, that's the 9th person. Second term, we were 12. I was the 8th person.
Wow.
Third term, we were 15. I was the 7th person. That is the determination. We went to JHS1, that time JHS had just come. JHS1, first term in JHS1, we were 20. I was the 6th person. You can see it.
Wow.
Second
so
term,
you were coming home and still reading your books and writing?
I was reading and reading. The sad thing is that I didn't have anybody to take care of me. My mom was very sick. But my dad said no to me because I had refused to go back to the lake. So you can see...
Your dad was a fisherman?
No, he was a farmer.
Okay.
You can see, because we had so many coconuts along the coast and some mangoes, I was plugging them as source of food and going to fishing. to get some money. So from school, I'll go to the coast to get some coconut and then the mangoes. Weekends, I'll go fishing.
No wonder you're healthy. Can you imagine fish, mangoes, and coconut?
I know. And those were my friends. Mm-hmm. My friends were the fishermen, the coconut, the mangoes, and the very children who are in class 1. But they were teaching me the ABCD, the 1, 2, 3.
Wow.
And I needed that basis to grow.
To survive.
You see? So, so in the evening, I'll go to them, begging them to teach me. They will mock at me, but at the end of the day, they were kind enough to teach me. And that was okay. Quickly, I moved from having class 1 people to teach me to having class 2 people to teach me to having class 3 people.
So your teachers were graduating?
Yes, they were. Because I needed them. I needed to be humble enough to do that. And so it shouldn't surprise you that in JSS1, third term, we were 25. Mm-hmm. I was the first person. And no one ever overtook me again.
My goodness.
No, because whilst they were mocking at me and teaching me, they thought they had gotten there. But I thought I had a long way to go. Mm-hmm. And I was learning. Look, even at that age, I was learning in the midnight because we didn't have electricity. So I was using lantern. So after my siblings had finished using the lantern
and going to sleep,
then I would take the lantern and start learning. And I'll learn, and I'll learn, and I'll learn. I leave home by 5 a.m. to the mango, to pluck mango. And then...
So did you sell the mangoes or do you just eat them?
I eat them.
Okay.
I ate the mangoes. It is the coconut that sometimes I'll sell some. Yeah, but mangoes I'll eat some. And I was also...
So that was your source of food?
Yeah, mainly the mangoes, and of course I sold fish.
Okay.
Weekends I'll go fishing, and then I'll give me fish and I'll sell, and I'll get some to buy food. And also give my mother some to eat and live. So that was how I was managing the two. But you see, the important thing that I want children who are coming up and the young ones to take is that no matter the circumstance, you can overcome it.
Wow.
Definitely. Wow. Because you see, all odds are against me. Illiteracy, poverty, rejection from the community.
James, let me interject here. You see, as we said earlier, everybody's born with zero.
Yeah.
So you look at what is in your surroundings and then, sort of pick up from it. With the surroundings that you were in, there are no doctors or pilots or people driving flashy cars for you to say, I want to be like, Mr. A or Mr. B. So where did you find that I don't belong here, I need to get out of here? Because otherwise you would have just aspired to be good within this community, and it might not have been as high as what we are. That's why I started the interview with all your achievements, and I want, the whole idea is for some young guy out there to look and say, no, I can't stay here, I need to move forward. But I want to find out what inspired you to say, no, I need to get beyond this environment.
You see, it is difficult to explain, but it is easy for me to feel it. It was such a very strong intrinsic motivation, inner strength, that no matter the circumstance, I would have to make it, and that I will make it. That is one thing. The other thing is, I look at the nature of my mother. You see, traditionally, last borns are special people.
Definitely.
So my mom had such a very strong attachment with me. But I look at her and the level of her situation. She was sick, but no hospital, no medical care for her. She was hungry. No one was, actually feeding her. But who would do that? At the same time, she felt like there was the need for me to go to school, So I was also doing that just to make my mom happy.
Wow.
And I was always assuring her that it shall be well. And once she saw the progress I was making, she was also always happy with me, even in her bed.
So you bring a report card and say, look, I was second.
I was speaking English.
Oh my God.
When my friends would come to the house, I will refuse to speak our local language, the Futu language. I will speak English, and then she will just be observing my lips, and smiling, and when she's cooking, she'll be singing because she has heard me speak English.
Oh my God! Oh my God! Is she alive or she passed?
She died. She died when I was in second year in the university.
But at least she saw you go to university.
Yeah, she saw me going to school.
It must have been a joy for her.
She was very happy. So happy. I think she was satisfied with that level. But I was not satisfied because I wanted her to live to enjoy something. She was such a very tough woman. It's not easy to go in labor for 12 times.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to manage all these 12 children. And to think of it that...
Especially when her health wasn't 100% too.
Very good. I mean, she had so many different health issues. And she suffered, and she never had any medical... no one was there to take her to hospital because of money, Wow. And I was not in a position to do so. I did it a number of times. But there was a limit because I was too young. I could only get so much from my fishing and farming, and it didn't even cease that.
So how did you see yourself through university? Was you still fishing then?
Yes, it was through the same fishing. The secondary school was through the same thing. In fact, I had the best of grades to go to the Winnipeg Secondary School. I'm a Winnipeg School product. I'm proud of that. But I had to walk from here to Winnipeg Secondary School. Sometimes 1.5 hours, 2 hours to get to school, and then
walking,
walking in the bush to go to school and back. And then also, so secondary school was particularly difficult because secondary school I didn't have that much time to be doing
all the rounds,
the
mango rounds.
No.
But there's more workload in terms of
workload. So, and even weekends, there to do your homework, learn hard. And I was a part of the second batch. You know how difficult that one was. So, but on vacations, then I'll go fishing. That one full-time, full-scale fishing and farming.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I'll save.
So what do you do? I mean, somebody has a boat and then you say, look, I'll come with you, or you had your own boat?
They know me. Oh. It's like, it's my job. I go there and, we all push it together. I don't have to say, I want to join you. No. Let's do it.
So it's like, who's going now? And then you just hop in.
Once it's vacation, they know that James will come.
No, I mean, like when you get to the sea, it's like which boat is going first? I'll hop in and go.
No, I have my particular.
Oh, you have a
yes,
okay.
That I used to win. And then you see, the other thing is that, we have this university here. So, especially in the secondary school, I'll go to the bungalows and then ask them to weed their compound, then they'll give me something. Wow. I'll go to the beach, this woman, they have this firewood that they need to split for
the smoking of the fish.
Yes, I'll split it, they'll give me food to eat, they will, or sometimes give me some money. So I was doing a combination of many things, Wow. So it's not only fishing. If the fishing is out of season, I have to resort to the bungalows, to weed around bungalows. There were a lot of plots here unattended to.
I'll find out how you funded yourself through university, but are these kids aware of the opportunity they're having? Sometimes it's very easy to take things for granted. I mean, I'm happy, look, they're so happy, jumping about, but are they aware of the opportunity they've had? Do you talk to them?
I talk to them a lot. And for me, I have no doubt that each one of these children here is going to have a very bright future.
That's good.
They know that to whom much is given, much is expected. And they know that they cannot afford to fail. They know that they are placed, at least the minimum they would have to go is to finish senior high school. They know. They know that all of them have potential to go to university. Because you see, I'm not just doing this work. I'm not a professional NGO person. No, I'm a businessman.
Sure.
I run my businesses. I do this as a passion. And it is not about me doing the NGO work. It is about me wanting to change lives. If these children don't go to where they want to get to, I have failed.
Of course.
And I really, really desperately want them to get to any height of their choice. That is the name of Challenging Heights.
Do you get personalities to come and talk to them?
Oh, yes.
You do?
I brought a friend who is a pilot to talk to them.
Good.
I brought a business tycoon from America.
Good.
I brought many people to talk to them.
Okay.
And I also tell them things.
Okay.
The recent award that I won, I've not shown it to anyone. I came to show it to them. Told them, look, I've won this award. You should win better than this. So they know, all of them know that they have to do better than I have done. You know, so I am promising myself that these children are going to get very far. Yeah.
There's this award. Is it a child?
The World Children's Prize.
World Children's Prize.
Yeah.
And so far, you're the only Ghanaian who's ever won it.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Congratulations. It makes me very proud. I'm going to come back to the award, but I want to quickly see how you funded yourself through university.
The university was mainly the student loan.
Okay.
So the university was a bit easier because the student loan was available.
Okay.
And I had opportunity to be doing what we call galamsey. It's not the mining galamsey. It's organizations that do research.
Okay.
They give the questionnaires to us, and then we administer.
Okay.
My partner in that was this guy, Isaac Esiama, Honorable Isaac Esiama, the parliamentarian. We're doing it together. He was my mate. So mostly CDD, IEA, a number of organizations were doing research, and then they will contract us students. And we go out and administer, and that fetch money. So university was a bit easier. But you see, it was not that so easy. That is why, you remember the Mobrowa struggle. I was at the thick of the Mobrowa struggle because I know that every single increment in fee threatened my education. So I was a student leader actually. So I was always pushing back fees.
Student leaders always turn to politics.
I am not going to turn into politics. No.
Because in this community, if you stand for MP, Charlie, you're going to take it.
Yeah, there will be the number of attempts. And number, as I speak to you now, there's still an attempt for me to run for many things like assemblyman, MP.
Why is it not an opportunity to change the situation?
No.
Or you're doing that anyway without going there?
No, I mean, politics is out of the issue, equation at all. There are a number of reasons.
I think you've done enough without politics anyway.
Yes. Yes, and apart from that, I believe that there are so many ways of being, going about politics. I can do this thing and still change things. Plus, it's very dirty there.
They will corrupt you for us.
It's very dirty, not the corruption per se, but sometimes the insults, the lies, etc. Even with this work that I'm doing, it's not easy.
No.
I wish I have the opportunity to talk about some of the challenges. It's not easy. You have people who feel that you are not the one to do what you are doing.
Wow.
Somebody else deserves it better than you do. So they will start blackmailing you. There are people who feel that you are hurting their businesses because you're taking children from fishing communities and then placing them in school, which means that you are collapsing their businesses. So they are attacking you.
Wow.
All sorts of things. If I stand for elections right now, people will begin to ask, this car you drive, how did you get it? Even today, sometimes people ask. But the good news is that this car is a gift. It's a gift somebody gave me, a friend of mine in America, who just decided to buy a car as a gift for me. Yeah. But the point is that you don't have your privacy. You don't have your freedom. Your dignity sometimes is taken away from you. And I'm afraid. I fear that it will hurt the children. These children, I love them so much, but they love me even more. I'm telling you, if you ask them, they will tell you. Those days, every one of them wanted to be a banker because I was a banker. That's why I brought in a lot of professionals, including journalists.
There are other options to look at.
So I want them to be safe and protected. And I don't want them to feel bad because somebody has hurt me. And that's how I want you to stay.
That's honorable. That is honorable. So what's your family? All the 12 siblings, are they all alive? Or mostly alive?
We have 6 left.
I see.
6, myself. We have 5.
And what did they, speak to? I mean, how proud are they of you?
They are very proud of me.
That's good.
Yeah, they are very proud of me. I think that they believe that I'm the best thing that happened to them.
Beautiful. I've got 2 minutes left now. What's up next for Challenging Heights?
Challenging Heights is going to be a platform for children to be hopeful and be protected. We want to expand to every part of the country. Now we work in 6 districts, but we want to expand to every part of the country. And so that's what we are working towards. But most importantly, we want to say that education should be the paramount thing for everyone. And therefore, we are going to be at the forefront of advocating for the right of children to education.
My brother, thank you very much.
Thank you
I
very
am
much.
so touched. I am so proud. And so wherever you're watching from, however your situation is, aim higher and know that whatever the circumstances, you can also make it. My name is Nana Ansako, and you've been watching Personality Profile. I've been talking to James Annan. Amazing. Until next Friday that I come to you with a different personality, have a beautiful week.